Welcome to your Sunday evening here on TCM. I'm Alicia Malone. One of the many things I love about TCM is the fact that we show all kinds of movies, not just the most well known or popular titles in an actor or director's filmography. I'm going to use a sports metaphor here, even though sports is really not my thing. We have a deep bench of movies in our library, and up next is a lesser known film featuring some major Hollywood players, director Michael Curtiz, and stars Gary Cooper, Lauren Bacall, and Patricia Neal. From Warner Brothers in 1950, it's called Bright Leaf. Cooper plays a tobacco farmer who returns to his hometown in North Carolina to establish his own cigarette factory. He has a few other goals as well, namely love and revenge. It was the last movie Lauren Bacall made under her original contract at Warner Brothers after exclusively working in films there since her debut 6 years earlier in 1944's To Have and Have Not. It was also the first and only time she worked with Gary Cooper, who Bacall said was one of the most attractive men I've ever seen, with his cornflower blue eyes. She had great respect for him, despite the fact that she said he was not always prompt to set. For Patricia Neal, this film was a reunion with Gary Cooper after their hit drama The Fountainhead, released just the year before in 1949. If you've seen that film, you know they have amazing chemistry together, perhaps one reason the two had fallen in love on the set of that earlier movie. They were still in love while they made our film, but the dynamic between their characters is a bit different, as you will see. So let's watch here, based on the novel by Foster Fitzsimmons and also starring Jack Carson, Donald Crisp, and Gladys George. Here is Bright Leaf. When Patricia Neal first read the script for Bright Leaf, she desperately wanted the role of Sonia, the part that Lauren Bacall ultimately played. But the studio wanted her to play Margaret and wouldn't budge. As acclaimed as Michael Curtiz was as a director, neither Neal nor Bacall had a particularly good time working with him on this film. Curtiz had an extremely strong personality and was known for occasionally being a tyrant on set. Bacall had just worked with him on the 1950 drama Young Man with a Horn, co-starring Kirk Douglas, and she had actually tried to get out of making that film because of Curtiz. The director screamed at her so forcefully on our movie, at one point she was reduced to tears. Patricia Neal clashed with him as well. At one point she said he instructed her that she wasn't allowed to eat. Ditch diggers can eat lunch, but actors, no, I have no use for any of them who eat. Well, we'll be back later tonight with TCM Imports, but stay watching right now because Ben Mankiewicz is coming up next with a double feature of medical thrillers from the 1970s, starting with a thriller based on a novel by Michael Crichton, directed by Blake Edwards and starring James Coburn.
Next on TCM, the Carrie treatment, then coma, and later the love light. TCM is a beacon of hope tonight.